Folks, welcome back to So Bad It's Good, presented by Betches Media. Now, I became a fan of this new show on USA. We have like a couple more episodes left, and you have plenty of time to binge all of these on Peacock. But it's called The Anonymous, and it's on USA on Monday nights. And this show is truly unique because it's in that competition reality series space. It's the producers of The Traders, The Circle, Undercover Boss, Squid Game, The Challenge, and it's a social strategy game, and it mashes up like Big Brother, The Circle, and what it is in this game, there are two types of interaction among the players. Part of the time, they share the same physical space and they interact face-to-face, but other times, they'll be in this virtual world where they have all these handles. They don't know who each other are, and they're free to speak their minds behind this veil of digital anonymity. Now, if their virtual identities are revealed, however, obviously that affects that real world dynamic. Now, today we have somebody that is thriving on the show. She has kind of done it all. She was like planning to play collegiate basketball, but she had an injury, and then she has a law degree, and she was in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, and she's pretty much, it seems like, done everything. She's talking to us right now, and I kid you not, on a room in a yacht room in a yacht in Miami. The one, the only, from The Anonymous, Victoria Vesce. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Ryan.
Listen, I find you fascinating on the show, and I'm loving the show, but then I was reading your bio and I was like poking around your Instagram, and I was like, you have done so much, including like, if I'm not mistaken, but like you even at one point had a brain tumor. Is that right?
Yeah, I have had a crazy journey. I have had a crazy life. I have been an NBA dancer. I have almost gone to college for basketball and then ended up pro being an NBA dancer. I went to law school. I worked in law for a minute. Now I've done social media and Sports Illustrated. Like, I've just lived this like crazy, wonderful life. And then I've gone through the traumatic experiences of like, especially having a brain tumor and going through the radiation and all the treatments at the hospital. So
yeah, I highly recommend you guys follow her on Instagram, because I was like watching these videos and I was like, oh my gosh, this is wild. But I think that's why potentially you're one of the perfect players on The Anonymous in terms of this competitive nature that it seems like you have in your actual life. Do you feel like all of your struggles and all of your successes has led up to this kind of show?
I feel like I already live this like Hannah Montana lifestyle where I have like the professional degrees and all this, but like another side of things, I'm like social media, I'm like right now I'm on a yacht with my friends, like just stuff like I have that experience as well. So I'm not just so heavily one-sided in my life that when I was approached to do this show, I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect for me because I can play both sides of myself. And I'm like, I'm just going to go in and be myself because I already played this game in real life, kind of ish.
Ish. I mean, what, you came in to the game a little bit later, right? And like what is it like already having something set in motion and then having to interact with these people that are already forming relationships? What was your strategy, or did you have a strategy going into this house?
My strategy was like, I want to shake things up. I want to like be me, but like be an exaggerated version of myself. Like, come on, it's TV. Like, let's exaggerate my personality more. But I was like, let's see if there's any hotties in the house. Obviously, Christopher.
Yeah, by the way, you guys, if you're not, I don't want to spoil it, but she's cozied up to the player Christopher, and I'm like, is this strategy? Is this real? He's talking about hanging out with you after the show. It's wild.
We do, like, I literally just FaceTimed him earlier with an Aperol spritz. So like we do talk, like we're not this it is a real thing.
You're not in a committed relationship with Christopher.
No, but we're friends. Like, you got to take things slow. You never know where life goes. But like, we're friends. We live in different states. But like on the show, everything was so real. I definitely, when you get your phone taken away and just like have to live in this like alternate reality, it gets crazy, and you just, emotions are flying off the roof, off the handle. Yeah. So like, you just never know what's going to happen.
No, I mean, it's wild. And you got to be the Anonymous, and you got to be in control of the game, and nobody even caught on that it was you at all. Which, by the way, she just got a knock on the yacht door, you guys. That's how
I know. I'm sorry. I took over my.
This is like room. Below deck. This is below deck.
But I know, we're like literally in below deck. Everyone get to say hey.
Hi. Hello, Victoria's friends.
Get the photo on this.
Anything that you want to say about Victoria real quick?
They can't hear you because you're in my headphones.
Oh, okay.
They're probably gonna be like, she's had too many drinks.
That's good. No, that's good. That's a good thing. It's Friday. My God, the fact that you're even doing this, thank you.
No, I appreciate it. This is but this is my life. I'm always like somewhere,
I mean, yeah, you gotta slow down.
Yeah, I never slow down.
Yeah,
I never do.
Seems like it. Well, I mean, so how were you approached to be in this show in the first place?
Well, one of my friends, her name's Kat Dunn, and if you know, she was on Big Brother, and we have been friends for a really long time. We actually did Monster Energy Girls together, way back in the past, and that's my girl. And she was like, "Hey, I have this new concept for this new show. Do you want to do it?" And I'm like, "I'm literally in Grenada when she asked me, so that's in the Caribbean. I'm in Grenada when she asked me. I'm like, sure, for sure. Like, I'm so down. Like, let's do an interview." And then I'm in the Caribbean doing these interviews, and it was just so much fun. And I really like the concept of the show. And I'm like, this is honestly me. Like, I live this lifestyle where I'm like, I have this law degree and have this business professional side to myself. And then the other part, I'm just a social, like, want to hang out, want to have fun kind of person. So I'm like, I think I can play both sides on the show. And I just found the production company and everyone just super great. And I was really excited, and I got a call back, and I'm like, okay, I'm in Spain.
But I mean, you're on this show also. You got Xavier he won Big Brother. You have Andy.
Did you want to know? Like, I didn't know who any of these people.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if you knew, because we have you have a Survivor Australia cast member who's related to Sandra from Survivor. You had no clue of any of these people.
I had no clue who any of these people were. I wanted to come on a show, and I mean, I don't really care about. I don't think it really matters about like who oh my God, they're on Big Brother. I feel like honestly that's a red flag if you know that, because I'm like, okay, then you're a reality.
Well, that's what Xavier said. He's like that's like a target on him if people know how good he is at strategy.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what, Xavier, I just like you as a person. Like, I don't really care if you're on Big Brother or one Big Brother. Like, you're just my homie. Like, so stuff like that, I feel like honestly in this game it gave me the advantage. And I feel like even now, like, you see me and Christopher, like, this is the 8th episode, I think, or 9th episode that you guys watched.
Well, yeah.
We're still in the game, and we didn't even know who the heck these people were, but we started liking them just as like human beings. Like, we weren't just like, oh my God, they have a strategy to play, because like this is a completely different game than anything you've seen on TV before.
It truly is. That's what I said. It's like a perfect blend of all of these shows that you already love. And I think it does it really successfully, where I kind of was like, oh my gosh, I wish I had known about this at the very first episode. But you have plenty of time to catch up before the finale, you guys, which you can't tell us if you won or not, but you're still in the game. Like, you could be the winner. You could win $100,000. You could just tell us right now if you won the game. I guess you probably won't.
I've had one too many Aperol spritzes, but I won't tell you who won the game.
I was like, did you buy a yacht? Is this your yacht? Did you buy a yacht?
This is my yacht that I bought with the money. Yes, for sure. No, I won't tell you. Obviously, keep watching the show. It's beautifully made. Love the production company. Love NBC. All of that. But I will say, like, in the house, and I hope the viewers are watching, that I'm highly underestimated. But luckily, the people who like caught my card,
You guys, nobody knows, like, Victoria, like, she's always participating in conversations, and they're talking as about moves she made, and other people are being suspected for it. And you really have a good game face, because that's like the challenging part when you're watching this show is like, how do you not just keep quiet at a certain point? Because anything that you say can be used against you, but you play it kind of brilliantly where nobody truly is suspecting all the moves that you have made. What was your proudest moment on the show so far?
I mean, eliminating Jack. I mean, hands down.
Dude.
I'm sorry. That's iconic. Like, who else was going to do that? I don't think anybody else would have been ballsy enough to do that. And I had to sit there and really be like, I'm on a game show. Like, I'm not, this is not like I'm out here in real life. Like, in real life, like Jack's my boy. Like, Jack's my homeboy. I love him, love his wife. Like, he's the nicest person, but we're in a show. We're in a game. This is not about being like Miss Nicey Nice. Like, this is about like winning the game. And I'm like, if out of this list of people who are up at risk, myself, I'm not going to eliminate myself, and Jack are the contenders. Because
for those who haven't watched, Jack was like really, like, he's a good player, and like I would have almost bet on him to take the whole thing. So for
Yeah.
him to get out and nobody to really understand who got him out, I mean, it was wild. Just watching like Andy's face when Jack got out cracked me up. But it was a really good move, and you like
Ooh, let
you
me tell you,
completely got it
I
through it.
stood on that little circle, that little like what a hockey puck looking thing, and I sat there and I was like, Lord have mercy, I cannot laugh, I cannot do anything because I'm like that person who'll giggle at a funeral, like I can't do that, I can't do that, and poor Jack, you know, he was very emotional, like he really thought he had it in the bag, and I took that away from him, and you know.
That's the game.
I mean, it's the game. That's you can't hate the player, hate the game. So I just played the game really well. I was really proud of myself in the moments that I became anonymous because I feel like I made really actual strategic moves than just the easy like ow. So yeah, I mean, and even Jack made it an emotional connection with me. But at the end of the day, this was a game, and we all each individually had to play a game, and I'm really proud of that. There's other moments in the house where I just never really truly revealed my strategy to other people. I just kind of kept quiet, or I would just say like random things because I wanted to throw people off, and I feel like people just really thought I was just a dummy of the house.
I mean, do you feel like people underestimate you in this game and in life a lot, and you
Yeah.
always use that to your advantage?
Hands down, people always underestimate me. But see, the thing was, I was very candid in the house where I was like, "Hey, I went to law school. I worked in criminal law. Like, I've lived along. I've seen a lot of people. Like, I wasn't one of those people who were like, okay, hey, I'm gonna hide my career. I know Bisma was one of that. And she had to have very like surface level conversations. But for myself, like, I have very deep conversations about my life, my story that you see on my Instagram. Of course, you can't see that in an hour cut show.
No.
But like the contestants knew, and like I was very candid, but they just went in one ear and out the other. So I was like, all right, well, you know who I am, and I guess if you don't want to like see that I'm actually a potential threat in this game, that's fine. And honestly, it kind of frustrated me a little bit, thinking like, oh, they're thinking like everyone else is a threat except me, but at the end of the day, it worked in my favor. So
I mean, so far, it really has worked. I was talking to Lily earlier, and she was saying like you didn't even know what time it was because you didn't have like watches or anything. So what was that living experience like? Because Lily was saying like, hey, I'm a light sleeper. I get woken up by snoring and things like that. How did you deal with all of a sudden living with a bunch of strangers?
I called it glorified glamping because it was a step up from your normal glamping experience. But, you know, I was sleeping next to Andy, and, you know, I love me some Andy.
Andy says he snores. Andy told me he snores.
He snores. And I'm like, I would wake up in the middle and I'm like, Andy, for real now? But yeah, it was an experience like none other that I've ever experienced. It definitely breaks you down. So you really have to play into the game. But yeah, I just call it a glorified glamping experience in the Anonymous. Yeah. And Danny really sets it up
you're not
well.
camping. It's really nice. And by the way, Danny, you guys, is like the AI voice person. Like she changes the game on a dime.
We all hate Danny.
Yeah, everybody hates Danny. Like, and it has like this computer voice and really keeps the game and all the players on its toes 24/7. Which is so funny how much you guys always say that you hate Danny. And now I hate Danny too. What is your worst moment thus far on the show? Is there a moment where you're like, ooh, made a bad move or that hurt or something like that?
I think that moment is yet to come. You'll see. You'll see some future moments. I feel like right now I'm killing the game,
Good
and I was, but some bad moments are yet to come. So
yeah, nobody really has eyes on you yet. In fact, like people are gunning for like Andy, Lily. I mean, it was Dylan.
Perfect.
And I find that really interesting.
Yeah, in the game, I was really frustrated because I kind of wanted people to gun for me a little bit more, but then I would have to sit back and think about it because you have a lot of time when you don't have your phone. Mind you, going without your phone for a month for someone who's on their phone all the time, like even right now, it was like a cold turkey addiction I had to get off of. That was really hard because normally I would roll over and check TikTok or something.
Yes.
So I had to like think to myself, okay, I don't have a phone, I don't have anything, and so like I would have to be in my like inner thoughts a lot. So in my inner,
I do not want to be alone with my thoughts. I do not want to be alone with my thoughts.
Yeah, in my thoughts I had to be like, okay, wait, Victoria. Let's think. This is a good thing because if they thought you were a threat, they would want to like get you out. So I think for now. Like it's been really great
No,
for
you
me
you
on the
played a
show.
really unassuming, perfect game thus far. But I was like, you mentioned like getting this law degree, and Xavier had a law degree as well, I believe. Like what? And you're talking criminal law. Why did you give that up? Because to me, that's an intense job, but it's like, wow, that's a real gig. And now you're like social media, TV, Sports Illustrated, NBA. Like, why give criminal law up?
Well, I did criminal law. I did personal injury for a little bit as well when I moved down here to Florida. And, if you read about my story, if you know a little bit about me, I went through a brain tumor. I lost my mom. I lost most of my family, honestly, through the COVID pandemic. And I just realized how life is just so short. Life is fleeting. Even when I was sitting in the hospital bed to myself and going through the radiation treatments, I'm like, there's so much I want to do out of life. And something law, like I love law, like it is my foundation. Like I give a lot of credit to all my business opportunities for going to law school, but like it's always going to be there. It's not something that's going to leave me behind.
Yeah.
But social media could be fleeting. I don't know when social media. I mean, you see Instagram go down all the time and people freak out. So
Oh
like, you
gosh.
never
Yeah.
know when like social media can this era could end of influencers. You never know when this era could end for me for modeling. So while I have it, I was like, I want to put 100% effort in because it's not as good as when you put 50% effort in law, 50% effort in here, or like just, breaking myself up too much. So I'm like, the time is now to really seize these opportunities and live life. And I just had to take the risk. I'm like, what, I could fail, but at the end of the day, at least, I've been at that position where I was in a hospital bed thinking, I don't know if I have tomorrow left. So for like anyone listening, like, you don't need to be in that position like me where you don't know if you have tomorrow left. Like just take the risk and seize the opportunity if you have like those options available. So that's something like I'm really blessed to have had come into my path. And I've been really blessed for everything that's happened. So
That's
yeah.
beautiful. I mean, that's really beautiful. I mean, like, like, yeah, you're right. Law is always there. Your brain is never going to leave you. Like, like you'll be able to, like, that's amazing. Like, that's a great way to look at it. And also a great way to, like, really appreciate your life and be grateful for it. As we start winding down here, because I know you got parties to get to in Miami.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, wait, by the way, you're on a yacht in Miami. What are the plans tonight? It's Friday night in Miami. What do we have on the agenda
I,
for a huge TV star influencer like yourself?
I want to call myself that, but like my question is, what aren't the plans when you're in my?
Well, I mean, I mean, did the party start last night? Did the party
I
start
mean,
today?
I
When
think the
did we
party
get on the
started
yacht?
at like I don't even have a watch on, but I was looking at my wrist. Like I think it started like a couple hours ago when I was drinking a little bit.
Oh boy, this is going to be a great weekend. Are you on the yacht all weekend?
I'm out and about all weekend. I should say
What
that.
if Danny's voice came on the yacht right now? Was like, Victoria, you have to report to the
if I
anonymous.
if I heard the bing bong one more time, I swear that brings up PTSD trauma in me. I swear.
Listen, I can talk to you about your life all day, but like I will say, what is coming up next for you? Because it seems like you are a person that is always having something on the horizon. And would you consider doing a reality show or a competition reality show again?
Yes, I mean, on the horizon for me, I'm doing a lot more travel. I'm doing a lot more South Florida things. I've actually been renovating my house this week, and it's been insane. But I really want to do another show again. Honestly, this like sparked me. I was like doing the anonymous and just being around such a good cast and crew. Maybe I was just like I don't know. Maybe I just was blessed to have them. I've just never been around so many good people and like good energy for a month of my life. It was also my birthday month when we were filming, so it was so much fun. But
Wait, so did you even know it was your birthday when it came to your birthday because you didn't know the dates?
I was doing like caveman, like the wall. What day is it? Like I remember the day I landed, and then I like etched into the wall. No, etched into my brain of the wall. But like, yeah, I would love to do another show. Honestly, I think I would love to do like the circle and play like Christopher.
Oh, play Chris.
And be like,
Christopher's the guy that she's buddy that she's like flirty with on the show, you guys, that she was
yeah,
FaceTiming earlier.
Vistifer. I would love to do something like that. But yeah, I would love to do another show. I think yeah, I think going into another reality show with a little bit more like expertise in mind, I would pack better outfits because I would just fun fact, I was wearing Christopher's jacket every time we were in the elimination like circle because I didn't pack a jacket. When they said, hey, pack your bags, we're going to Spain, I was like, Marbella, we're gonna be on a boat, we're gonna be in the beach. No, we're in, not that area. So I was wearing Christopher's jacket, so that was a fun fact.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
wardrobe
haven't seen the most recent episode, and they sent me the most recent episode, and I think I forgot who it was, but they were like, "Oh, her and Christopher," like kind of like, "Oh, look at them, buddying up." So I thought that was interesting. And since this is a pop culture show, and you probably don't have time to do any of this, but what do you watch on television usually? What are your favorite shows or favorite shows of all time?
Number one right now is my favorite shows of all time are Baywatch. Like hands down, Baywatch. I love Law and Order.
Baywatch and Law and Order. Oh my God, 90210 is one of my favorites. Yes.
But I feel like Baywatch and Law and Order like my top shows.
What
and
a spectrum.
Honestly, and if you see that on like my search history, honestly, it's so me. Like I'm on a boat, but I also know law. So like I just feel like when I saw my search today, I think it's kind of fun you ask because I'm like, wow, Victoria, this is so indicative of yourself. But those are one of my, I love like the old school shows. Like nothing can beat the Dawson's Creek of it all. All One Tree Hill. I have the DVD set, so that goes back. So I was like,
I have the DVD sets of like Beverly Hills 90210. Like, I mean, there's like a time. And by the way, I don't even open them usually, but I just want them around just to make me feel comfortable.
I know.
What do you currently watch? Do you watch anything new? Do you watch any reality?
Currently, I've been binge watching a little bit of the Love is Blind currently, especially the Charlotte version because I used to live in Charlotte when I was an NBA dancer, and so some of those people I know through connections, and I'm like, oh my god,
wow,
yeah. And then Emily in Paris. When I want to turn on my TV, I need to decompress from my day. I mean, it's not like my day's so hard anyways, but like I want to decompress from like just talking to people, and so I just turn on some feel good stuff. And I love me some Emily in Paris. People can hate on it all they want.
Everybody says like that's their comfort show. Like
that is my comfort.
And I will tell you, I watch so many TV shows, but for some reason I can't bring myself. Like it's the only part of me that's manly where I'm like, I can't watch Emily in Paris. But
I try to like get my guy friends to watch it with me sometimes, and they're like, "What is this man?" But I love it so much. Like just a good girly comfort show.
Well, Victoria, you made it through this interview. You have earned the partying in Miami that you are about to do. I got to tell you guys, for real, I watch a lot of bad reality television shows, and this one is good. This one actually came together in a really nice way. And even if you're, like I said, even if you're not like, you haven't started it yet, you can catch up and you will enjoy this. I can guarantee it. That's why I'm pushing it so hard on you guys. The Anonymous USA Monday nights catch up on Peacock, the streaming service. We'll have all the episodes. And Victoria, I think we're going to see you around on TV a bunch more. So congratulations. And your story truly is inspiring. So go follow her on Instagram.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. That was a boat.
Whoa.
Yes, please.
Wow.
I think the boat's okay. But yes, please follow me on Instagram. And yes, stay tuned on the Anonymous. Like for real.
Yeah, let's see if she won or not. Yeah, well, hopefully you won. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.